Imagine this. You're standing in the heart of Antwerp, Belgium, the world's diamond capital. The streets are lined with luxury stores, each showcasing the most expensive and rare diamonds. But in 2003, something happened here that would shock the world, shake the diamond industry to its core, and leave investigators baffled for years. $100 million in diamonds, gold, and other jewels vanished without a trace. This is the story of the Antwerp Diamond Heist of 2003, one of the most audacious and meticulously planned robberies in history. But what makes this heist so incredible isn't just the sheer value of the stolen goods, it's how the criminals managed to pull it off, bypassing high-tech security systems and leaving the police completely dumbfounded. How did they do it? And who were these criminals who made off with one of the most famous heists in history? Let's dive deep into this incredible true crime story. First, let's set the stage. Antwerp, Belgium, isn't just any city. It's the diamond capital of the world. It's home to the Antwerp Diamond Center, the most important diamond exchange in the world, and it processes over half of the world's rough diamonds. The city's diamond district is estimated to handle over $40 billion worth of diamonds each year, a treasure trove of precious jewels, all concentrated in one area. Now, let's understand the significance of this heist. Antwerp wasn't just a place where diamonds were sold. It was the place where international diamond traders conducted their business. Every major diamond dealer had a presence here, and security was supposedly impenetrable. The Antwerp Diamond Center, the vaults, and security. Inside the Antwerp Diamond Center, there's a level of security that makes Fort Knox look easy to breach. To gain access, you needed a two-factor authentication system. Not just anyone could walk in. The vaults were equipped with a combination of advanced security systems, including infrared sensors, motion detectors, and 24/7 surveillance cameras. The security at the Antwerp Diamond Center was state-of-the-art. There were multiple layers of protection in place. Vaults were secured with the best technology available, and only the most trusted individuals had access to the inner workings of the vaults. The vault was thought to be completely secure, but as we all know, no security system is foolproof, and on February 15th, 2003, the unthinkable happened. The mastermind, Leonardo Notarbartolo. Meet Leonardo Notarbartolo, the mastermind behind the Antwerp Diamond Heist. Notarbartolo wasn't just a small-time crook, he was a seasoned professional with a background in high-profile heists. He had a reputation for pulling off meticulously planned robberies, and Antwerp was no different. Born in Italy, Notarbartolo had been involved in a number of high-profile crimes before. He was a member of the infamous Italian mafia group, and he had connections to a network of thieves who specialized in stealing diamonds. However, it wasn't just brute force that would make this heist successful. It was his precise planning and inside knowledge of the Diamond Center's security systems. The planning, months of preparation. Unlike the typical Hollywood-style robberies, this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. Notarbartolo and his crew spent months planning. They knew the ins and outs of the security system, and they understood the patterns of the diamond traders who worked in the district. The crew gathered detailed information about when the building would be empty, when guards would be on breaks, and when the vaults would be most vulnerable. They spent weeks casing the diamond district, blending in with the environment and learning all they could. They knew exactly when and where the vulnerabilities in the security system were. This was not just a robbery, this was a well-executed operation. The heist, bypassing the vaults. On the night of the heist, the crew went into action. They sneaked into the Diamond Center, using their knowledge of the security system to bypass cameras, motion detectors, and other high-tech defenses. They knew exactly how to disable the alarm system without triggering a response from the guards. The criminals managed to access the vault, which had been thought to be impenetrable. But here's where their planning came into play. They used a special tool to cut through the thick steel vault doors, a tool designed specifically to bypass the high-tech security system. Once they were inside the vault, they had free access to everything: the diamonds, gold, and cash that had been stored inside. The escape, getting away with $100 million. After loading up on millions of dollars worth of diamonds, the thieves made their escape. But it wasn't just about getting in and getting out. They also had to cover their tracks. The robbers used a series of getaway vehicles, making sure to leave no trail behind them. They split up into different directions, taking multiple routes to evade capture. The robbery was quick and efficient. It took only about 3 hours to steal the diamonds. By the time the police arrived, the thieves were long gone. But even more shocking was that, despite the advanced security systems, no one had any clear idea of how the thieves managed to bypass the vaults. The investigation, searching for clues. Authorities were stunned. Despite having some of the best security in the world, the criminals had disappeared without a trace. The investigation into the Antwerp Diamond Heist became one of the largest in Belgian history. Detectives reviewed hours of security footage, examined the vaults, and interviewed everyone who had access to the building. Initially, there was no clear lead. The police were perplexed by the fact that the robbers hadn't triggered any alarms, didn't leave any fingerprints, and had no obvious escape routes. It seemed like a perfect crime. The downfall, how the robbers were caught. However, like many great heists, the Antwerp Diamond Heist didn't end in perfection. As the investigation continued, small pieces of evidence started to surface. A tip-off from an informant led the authorities to Leonardo Notarbartolo, the mastermind behind the robbery. Eventually, Notarbartolo and several members of his crew were arrested. But even after their capture, the whereabouts of most of the stolen diamonds remained a mystery. The authorities were able to recover some of the stolen goods, but much of the loot was never found. The aftermath. What happened to the stolen diamonds? Despite the arrest of Notarbartolo and some of his crew, much of the $100 million worth of diamonds was never recovered. Some diamonds were sold off through underground networks, others were hidden away, and still, to this day, they have never been found. The heist remains one of the great unsolved mysteries in the world of diamonds. Even with some of the criminals behind bars, the fate of the stolen diamonds is a subject of intrigue and speculation. The legacy, how the heist changed the diamond industry. The Antwerp Diamond Heist of 2003 changed the way the diamond industry viewed security. In the years that followed, diamond centers across the world drastically improved their security protocols, implementing even more sophisticated surveillance systems and access controls to prevent future robberies. The heist made the world realize just how vulnerable even the most secure institutions could be. After Antwerp, diamond exchanges and banks began to invest in new technologies, from biometric scanners to advanced encryption systems, to ensure that something like this would never happen again. A perfect heist, but not perfect enough. The Antwerp Diamond Heist remains one of the most daring and well-planned robberies in history. It was a crime that required more than just brute force. It required knowledge, precision, and an understanding of the system. The fact that the criminals pulled it off and even managed to evade capture for a time is a testament to the sheer audacity and brilliance of their planning. But in the end, the thieves made mistakes, and despite their skill and cunning, the law caught up with them. Still, the diamonds that were never recovered remain a symbol of what could have been. A perfect heist, even if it wasn't perfect enough. Thanks for joining us in exploring the story of the Antwerp Diamond Heist. Do you think the stolen diamonds are still out there? What's your take on this remarkable heist? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more captivating crime stories. And until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know what treasures or crimes may be hidden just beneath the surface.